Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bringing another update on Sonya Massey. As promised, the family's lawyer, Benjamin Crump, held a press conference along with some of Sonya's family members. Her uncle, cousin, and son Malachi was in attendance. And Malachi shared some very interesting news he alleged that happened earlier the day his mother's life was taken. He alleged that he spoke with those same two officers, Sean Grayson and the other officer, because Sonya was driving herself to the hospital. She was having another episode, basically. And in my opinion, that hence why the officer was so concerned about the black car belonging to her when they came out to the house. And why, as soon as she seen him, she was like, "Don't hurt me," as well as being on the phone, basically begging the person on the phone to stay on the phone. Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. And I believe she recognized him from earlier. And now, us knowing what we know now about his background, he's probably aggressive earlier with her. I tell you, the plot thickens more and more that this case unfolds. Watch some of the highlights of the press conference. Ben Crump will talk about the autopsy. Then Sonya Massey's son Malachi will share those very interesting details I was talking about earlier. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and hit that like button and smash that notification bell so you won't miss out on my next video. Stay blessed. Peace.
You all, I want to thank State Attorney John Heiser for making sure he got the autopsy to the family for transparency, and that he's providing it to you all. Even though the family takes great exception with the Sheriff's Department, they have been very grateful that Mr. Millhouse's office has tried to be very transparent and very respectful to them as victims. And so he made sure that this autopsy report was released, and it should give you a lot of the things, answer a lot of the questions that you all asked previously. The biggest thing on the autopsy are the findings, and we will go through those. The conclusion is based on the information available to me and on the autopsy findings. It is my opinion that Sonya Massey, a 36-year-old black woman, as a result of a to the head. And then it goes on to in more detail, and it says the of the head. A, the entrance was beneath the left eye, but it's an artery that is the blood vessel beneath her eye. The exit, posterior left surface of the upper neck. Associated injuries, skull fracture, subdural hemorrhages. Direction, front to back, downward and slightly right to left. Range, no soot or goblin on the skin. If you could turn it over. And I would tell you, they had an anatomical model that is very important. Here, obviously, we have Sonya Massey with her beautiful smile. But you have, as they said, the injury right beneath the left eye. And then they talk about how the exit is posterior left surface of the upper neck, below the ear, below her hairline. Now, why this is so significant, is it confirms that Deputy Sean Grayson downward trajectory. This autopsy findings coupled with the video where we see her ducking, saying, "Sorry, sir, sorry." When she's making a motion coming up, that's how you get the downward trajectory. And you see on the video his arm, he aims down. He literally aims down. You see his arms braced in a downward trajectory. And we know that he walked 2 to 3 steps to his right, out away from the counter, where it was, we believe, from objective observation, to get a better Sonya Massey. And when Sonya Massey was staring at the barrel of his gun, we see on the video what she did. She stooped down and said, "Sorry, sorry." And we believe that the shot was in a stooping position coming up. And that's how you get the downward trajectory. And the autopsy confirms what everybody already knew on the video, that this was just a senseless, unnecessary, excessive use of force. Completely unnecessary. Certainly not justified. I mean, how can you justify this? She's all of 5'1", 110 pounds. He's approximately 6'5" tall, approximately 260 pounds. Completely excessive. Completely excessive. And so we will continue to provide you updates, evidence as we get it, because we're not taking for granted that America won't see Sonya Massey like Deputy Sean Grayson saw her. We want to make sure that America sees her as a human being worthy of dignity and respect. Full steam ahead. We understand far too often, especially as it relates to black women in America, there's not equal justice. There's not equal justice. And just like Sonya Massey said, and I continue to use her words, until this discriminatory criminal justice system gives full justice for the Sonya Massey, we rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Justice for Sonya Massey.
Finally, you'll hear from Malachi, who was the first one notified that his mother had been killed. And just as he explained to us what they told him, you see, was the findings at autopsy. So, Malachi, if you would share what's on your heart.
Okay. Well, you know that they told me that my mom, you know, she got her eye and it came out her neck or whatever. And I don't know, like, I haven't been able to sleep for real. The only time I really feel comfortable sleeping is when I'm, like, just on the floor. I can't even sleep in my bed. Like, I don't know, like, this is just, I really don't have words. Like I've been said, I don't have words for real for this. But the first night I don't go to my mother's house, this happens. How? Why? And I wonder if I was there, if he would have did anything to me. I don't know. For real. That's all I can say. She lives with her father. I live with my father now.
And I will say this, up until just a few weeks, Malachi and Summer were staying with their mother. She was having mental illnesses, and they made the decision it was best that they stay with their father while she seeks help. And but both of them were going every day to check on their mother, be with their mother. And the first time I talked to Malachi, he was so distraught because he said, because I was working, this is the first day I didn't get to her.
It was an incident that happened earlier that day, and I talked to 2 officers or whatever, and I believe that it's the same officer that's my mother. I talked to his partner first, then the second officer, that's the one that I think the one that did that. I talked to them, and they told me that because she was driving herself to the hospital or something. She wasn't even at the house when this was going on, but she was driving herself to the hospital. They told me that they were going to go there to help her, and then this happens.
Okay. So she was seeking help because she was trying to get help. And it's like Mr. Wilburn said, she was trying to get help. She needed a helping hand, not up to the face.
That's right.
She just needed those officers to extend an ounce of humanity, not to kill her. And like we said, mental illness is real. You all may have family members who are struggling with their mental health. They deserve compassion and consideration, not excessive, unjustified force like we saw in that video. So we continue to try to say that Sonya Massey, life matters. She did, man, when you hear Malachi talk about what kind of mother she was, how she worked overtime to help him get a car and everything so he can get a job, how she talked to him about balancing budgets and about the Bible and about trying to work and be responsible. I mean, she was doing her best to be a person who helped people in the world, especially her children. She did not deserve this. She did not deserve this.